Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
On dynamic landing pages designed to generate sales or signups, a navigation menu will be a distraction and kill your conversions. Sidebars don't belong on landing pages. If you use your main web pages as a template for your landing pages, make sure to eliminate the sidebar. Sidebar content will distract visitors, and if it's clickable, they'll end up bouncing. No matter what the content, sidebars don't belong on landing pages, not even if the content is related to your product. If you have so much information that you want to present it to visitors in a sidebar, your landing page is already too complicated. With few exceptions, landing pages should be straightforward, simple, and clean. No navigation, no non-sale related links, and no sidebar content. 2. Hire a professional copywriter. Do you know the difference between a content writer and a copywriter? If you've hired a content writer to write your landing page sales copy, you've hired a professional in the wrong industry. You need a copywriter, not a content writer. While both types of writers can be highly skilled, they're entirely different professions. Get your landing page copy written by a professional copywriter. It's important to find a copywriter and not a blogger or content writer. Although content writers and bloggers can be phenomenal writers, high-level writing skills can actually prevent someone from writing effective sales copy. Effective sales copy requires speaking directly to a well-defined target market using persuasive copywriting techniques that often defy grammar, punctuation, and other writing rules. Why you need a copywriter to write your sales copy? Say you're an SEO firm selling an SEO mastery course that teaches entrepreneurs how to get high-level results. Your sales copy will directly influence your conversion rate, and it won't be based on perfect grammar. You could have a landing page with well-written copy, perfect grammar and punctuation, and your conversions might still be low. Why? Good sales copy isn't defined by the same standards as a good blog article. In fact, effective sales copy often uses incomplete sentences, incorrect punctuation, and a conversational tone that would make any English teacher whip out a red pen. The point with sales copy isn't to write perfect copy, it's to persuade the reader to take a specific action. That often requires breaking the rules of grammar, punctuation, and style. A content writer might craft sales copy like this. Our SEO mastery course will show you how to get big results. Our expert SEO professionals will teach you how to increase your ranking in the search engines using several powerful techniques not available to the public. Here's how a copywriter would present the same piece of information. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you've learned a little SEO, but it's not enough. You want agency-level results without the price tag. You don't mind doing the work, if only you knew the secrets. Imagine learning 2 closely guarded SEO techniques that will make leads pour in faster than you can follow up with. Imagine generating instant sales from leads who have no prior contact with your brand. Marketing pros do it all the time, and you can, too. When you take our SEO mastery course, you'll learn some of the top SEO secrets marketing gurus keep from even their top students. When you implement these strategies, you'll get breakthrough results you never thought possible. Which copy is better? Both versions of copy are well written, but the copywriter's version is specifically written to persuade the reader to buy the SEO mastery course. The biggest difference is in the style and tone. Content writers are trained to create informative, factual, well-researched copy. Copywriters create persuasive copy using specific techniques to influence the reader. How to find a professional copywriter? The best solution is to hire one of the A-listers like David Deutsch or John Carlton. However, you may not have a 5-figure budget. If you're on a budget, work with a marketing agency to get access to copywriters. If that's out of your budget, start poking around online to find copywriters for hire. When you find a possible copywriter, ask to see a portfolio, and if possible, the stats for how well their copy performs. Good copywriters get paid royalties for their work. They should be able to provide statistics on how well their copy has performed for past clients. If a copywriter doesn't know how well their copy performs, keep looking for someone who can provide you with that information. 3. Simplify your topography. Good topography is critical for conversions. Although, with topography, less is more. You don't want visitors to notice your topography. You want all topography to blend into the experience of reading your sales page or watching your video. Simplify your topography as much as possible. Use a web-safe font face, preferably Arial or Times New Roman. Don't use background colors other than white or off-white with black or dark gray main text. It's okay to use colors in your copy and as headings. However, avoid the high-contrast color schemes that use black or dark backgrounds with light text. If you really want to dive into the art of persuasion using topography, read up on the 2012 experiment run by Errol Morris published in the New York Times. In the experiment, 40,000 readers read a passage from a book and were asked if they agreed with the passage by stating yes or no. The experiment utilized 6 different typefaces and determined that people who read the statement printed in Comic Sans provided the highest amount of disagreement, followed by Helvetica. The majority of agreement came from people who read the statement printed in Baskerville. Topography can be a tedious element to optimize, but if you have the time and dedication, it's worth the effort. 4. Simplify your page design. Simplifying your landing page design and colors, and reducing the number of elements used will support an increase in conversions. Ideally, your landing pages should be as plain as possible, almost boring in terms of design. Plain or ugly landing pages convert better than fancy landing pages. Why do ugly sites convert more than fancy sites? Technically, it's because plain and ugly sites contain little to no distractions and just offer the meat and potatoes of the content. In other words, a website's value is more accessible on an ugly site than a fancy site. There's no eye candy, which is perfect for conversions. When you create plain or ugly landing pages, you're stripping away all the bells and whistles and presenting pure content. It's a natural way to prevent yourself from creating unnecessary barriers to the sale. 5. Use large buy buttons. Another element that might seem strange is using large buy buttons. At first, it might seem cheesy and spammy to use huge buy buttons that take up most of the viewport. However, just like the ugly site phenomenon, large buy buttons increase conversions. If you're not sure about using large buy buttons, you can always split test your buttons against your highest converting page. 4 changes to make to your marketing strategy to increase conversions. Optimizing your marketing strategy is the final component required to increase your landing page conversions. Here are 4 changes you can make to your marketing strategy to get better results. 1. Revisit and research your market in depth. How well do you know your market? How long has it been since you researched your market? Have you researched your market, or are you guessing? Finding your target market is a lot like generating a keyword list for SEO. Both require extensive research and your opinion might not be accurate. For example, many business owners make the mistake of thinking they are their own target market. So, they craft marketing messages that appeal to them. In reality, their main market is usually an entirely different demographic. No matter what your product is, only research can pinpoint your target market. Even when your market seems obvious, you can always go deeper. For example, if you sell socks, your obvious market is everyone. However, you won't sell many socks marketing to everyone with a general message. Even when you sell a product as universal as socks, you still need to define a smaller group of people so you can craft specific, targeted messages to the group.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.